Hey everybody, it's Joey with Value TCG. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we are going to be opening up the new Dragon Ball trial decks that has been sent around for Dragon Ball Fusion World. This is a game that Bandai is releasing February 23rd. Um, so I know we have all of this One Piece in the background here. I would love to layer that with Dragon Ball at some point soon. Um, I was able to get a couple of these decks to thanks to a friend. So really excited to kind of open up this thing. I think here I'm just gonna start opening this. But I think people are buying Dragon Ball in the hopes, that this will become like One Piece, where it's going to be pretty expensive to get your hands on, especially the first sets. And value might increase over time. And, maybe that's what is going to happen. I'm not going to say that it's not. But I'm personally, I don't know if lightning can strike twice, or at least to the same magnitude that it has struck One Piece, right? One Piece, the one thing with that game is I think every single character in One Piece, maybe not every single, but many of the characters in One Piece are very, very well developed. There are people that have emotional connections with random characters that pop up throughout the One Piece universe, like Mr. Two or Rebecca. I mean, these characters that show up for one arc, but have a lot of cognitive real estate in people's minds because of how well Oda can thread the narrative, thread the story of these characters throughout the One Piece universe. And a lot of those stories reside around friendship, and it gets emotional, and people love watching that, right? And they get really emotionally invested. Dragon Ball, for me, it's a nostalgic throwback. I have been watching the Dragon Ball Super episodes, and frankly, it's not that different from what it was, 20 years ago. There's a lot of fighting, but there's not particularly all that much character development, especially for some of the minor characters. So I don't think that Dragon Ball will be as popular as One Piece. Of course, happy to be proven wrong here. I have opened up, or I have bought a number of booster boxes for the new set that's releasing in a few weeks. So I'm looking forward to cracking those things open. But more than that, I'm also really excited for the digital version of the game, right? I think that could actually bring in a lot of players into the Dragon Ball game. So, anyways, let me just kind of crack open and see what we have here. So if y'all don't know, these trial decks are decks that Bandai sends out to teach people about the game before official release. So usually they're sent to LGSs. So this is pretty cool. It kind of tells you the different phases of the game and the flow of the game and what the victory conditions are. And so if you don't know, every hero or every leader, if you will, using the One Piece terminology, has 8 lives. So it kind of draws out the games a little bit more than maybe One Piece, where you only have whatever number of lives that the leader states lives to be. All right, so you have charge phase, you have main phase, and then which has a number of steps here. I'm not gonna go into detail here. This is an opening video. And then, by the way, there are 2 in every single set of the battle or the trial decks. There are 2. There is the Goku version, and then there's a Vegeta version. And each of them will come with, looks like a playmat, a paper playmat. Yep, this is exactly what it is. So you have the battle area up here. You have the leader over here. You have your lives, which should be 8. And then you have the combo area where you play your combos. Deck on the side. And then drop area, so your graveyard, if you will. And then your energies. So unlike One Piece where energies are dawns, there are no dawns in this game. They're just battle cards that are used as energies. Okay. All right. Let's crack open this thing. Find it. All right. This looks really, really nice. Pretty excited about this. First of all, we have Son Goku, everybody's favorite. This is the Awakened side. So here's Goku. Prior to being awakened, you can see leader is here on the side here. So once you get to 4 lives or less, you draw a card and then you flip over to the awakened phase. And usually there are many leaders, but every leader has a pretty beefy power up once they get to that awakened state. So it's pretty neat. Also, you guys can maybe see this here. Not for sale. Don't be selling it. Although I'd imagine someone's going to try to sell this down the line. They have a few extras lying around. Anyways, all right. Whis, which interesting. It's just a 1-drop card. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and gets -5,000 power for the turn. A couple of those. Master Roshi's, just draw a card. Krillin. You know what? I'm not gonna go through all the effects here, but I'm gonna try to be closer so that you guys can freeze the video and check it out if you want to. Okay. Shin, who maybe spoiler alert, turns out to be evil. Android 17, couple of those. 2 Android 18s, Krillin's wife. Oh, okay, Son Goku. So this is the first, I think, really strong, or generally quite strong character card or battle card. I think it's what's called in Dragon Ball. So you see how this one has 35,000 power, whereas the 2-drop Android 18 only has 20,000. And I think some of these cards get really, really broken after a while. So pretty interesting. Son Gohan, Tien Shinhan. You know, I feel like they're starting to develop the Piccolo arc, or making him more powerful by allowing him to become like the orange Piccolo. You know, they're missing a lot, right? Like Tien, he was a fan favorite for a little while. They could also bring him back, but they just choose not to, I guess. Saiyan race dominance, maybe. Interesting. Beerus. Yeah, Beerus as well. Frieza. Everyone loves Frieza. which, I mean, come on. Why is Frieza more powerful than Beerus? Yeah, don't really believe that, but that's nice. Oh, there's no effect in this for Frieza. So this is just, yeah, you see, there's no effect for this battle card. So it's just power. And Vegeta. And this looks to be an ability card. It's called Extra. Extra cards. So Kamehameha. God Kamehameha. So there's two of those. All right, so that was a pretty short deck. Yeah, you know, how many cards is that? 10. So 25 cards only in one of these battle decks. So pretty cool. I think a deck is supposed to be around 50 cards maximum, an official deck. So fortunately, that means there will be a lot more variation. All right, so this is the Vegeta deck. Here it's the two same things again, with a playmat plus the instructions. I'm gonna go through that again. All right, let's check out Vegeta. Oh, there he is. There he is, our boy, Prince of the Saiyans. He looks really cool. And then this is in his normal, non-Super Saiyan state. Also, similar to every other leader, when your life is at 4 or less, draw a card, then flip this card over. And then his main active power is once per turn, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, this card gets plus 15,000 power for the turn. So really, really, really beefy that you can juice him up to. And then you have Gotenks Super Saiyan. So I guess the difference is this is 1 power less, or 1 mana less. And this one with Super Saiyan, you have an ability on here. So Son Goku, Son Goten, Son Goten Super Saiyan, Son Gohan Adolescence, Trunks in his youth, Trunks Super Saiyan in his youth, Videl, Piccolo, Bulma, Vegeta, Majin Buu. I guess he's interesting that he's kind of considered part of the Vegeta deck. And then Gallic Gun and Final Flash as the 2 abilities. Sorry if you didn't get to check what this said earlier. And so that's it. These are the decks. Pretty cool stuff. I am pretty excited for the game. Again, I don't know if it's going to be as large as One Piece has become. You know, I think just going back to my earlier point about kind of how small the character universe is. I mean, we've seen they're sending out these sample decks. We've seen some of the if this is Saiyan themed, you're just seeing kind of like the same characters over and over and over again. So it doesn't provide as much in the way of variety as One Piece does. And I think that will hurt the game long term when players stop getting as much variety or seeing the same things over and over and over again. And I think that might be part of the reason why the original Dragon Ball game from Bandai, which I believe is now called Dragon Ball Super Masters, that's been kind of a challenged game. And also, supposedly they made the game way too complicated. The story goes that when because there is a digital version of this game, when they uploaded a lot of these cards from the original Dragon Ball game to the digital version and tried to launch it, it actually broke the game because there were just so many interlocking powers that weren't really linking together because the game had just become so complex, right? I think they're on their 20 or 21st set for the game, and the game just became really complicated. Tons and tons and tons of text on these cards. I mean, there's still some text on these cards, but seems like Bandai really wanted to just relaunch the universe because there are a lot of Dragon Ball fans out there, right? I'm not here to dog the Dragon Ball universe at all. I'm really excited for it myself. Um, so I think like ultimately Bandai just decided to redo the game and relaunch it as Fusion World. Make the game simpler, make the game more engaging to play, and to hopefully draw in a bigger universe of players like myself. Um, following on the Dragon or the One Piece hype, right? After One Piece, everyone's kind of falling in love with the simplicity of the One Piece game, and so it's probably a waste to let the Dragon Ball franchise, the card game, just die off. It will be interesting to see what they do with the Masters products because for a while it seems like they are going to at least have Fusion World and the original Dragon Ball card game going at the same time. So they'll have new releases for both. Let's see how that develops. My sense is they might just sunset the other game and just push more people to the Dragon Ball Fusion World game, especially if Fusion World becomes more and more popular. Um, so I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. I will be opening up an Uta starter deck 11 next. I'm still waiting on that to get to my house. I ordered it from a website that I believe sent it out just a day ago. So I will not be able to get my starter decks until the 5th. I believe it's Monday or Tuesday of next week. So really excited to be cracking into those. I have been going to Walmarts and Targets to see if I could find those um, in person, but unfortunately, it's just impossible to find One Piece products right now. Right? It's such a pain in the butt to find those products in person because people are just buying them out like crazy. I'm not even shaming those people because I get it. The product is just so scarce. So hopefully Bandai does a reprint. If you go on their Twitter for the One Piece game, they've made this big announcement like, "Oh, congratulations everybody! We have new cards coming in. They're only going to be sold at our official stores. So there's one in New Jersey, one in Dallas, and I think there's one somewhere else maybe. You're only allowed to buy OP3 to OP5 boosters, and you only get 6 of them per person, right? It used to be that you can buy booster boxes. They'll just cut the seal, right? Like if you guys can see the shine on this, they'll just cut that off so that it's not for resale. Of course, you go on TCG Player, there's a bunch of those available. Of course, they're going to be resold. But they're like, oh, it's not going to be for resales, and you can only buy 6 boosters per set. So you're not leaving leaving their stores with more than 18 booster packs. And then also they're allowing you to buy starter decks, but it's starter deck 1, and I think starter deck like 8 and 9. So, like, starter decks that no one actually even wants, right? We want starter deck 6, we want starter deck 7 for the Sakazuki and the, Enel slash Kataguri staples. You're not going to be able to even get those. Um, Anyways, I mean, we'll see if we can get more One Piece products. Again, I doubt that the reprint is going to be as exciting, as large as people are making it out to be, based on, again, very questionable information from Team PDC, which is not a reputable source. Um, Anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in to the opening. Um, Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are excited for the Dragon Ball game, because I am. Looking forward to cracking into some of those booster boxes. Um, Thanks everyone. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to, especially if you want to like recommend anything for me to do in my next openings. I'll have some other openings that I have planned. I have a lot of products just kind of lying around, so I'm just gonna crack open a few of them and just hopefully you guys enjoy those openings. Anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.